Alright guys, a couple of people have been asking me on tips how to dumpster dive and to make a tip segment. So instead of answering everybody's comments and making videos for personal people and sending it to them, I'm going to go ahead and make a big video and just show like a how to dumpster dive thing, or basically talk about how to dumpster dive. So first I'm going to talk about where I dumpster dive. I dumpster dive at like big retail stores. I don't dumpster dive at like little mom and pop shops because they're not required to throw anything out and they most likely won't throw anything out. I'm not saying that it's absolutely they won't, but it's most likely that they won't. So the stores that I do hit are Office Depot, Staples, any type of dollar store like the Dollar Tree, um, Dollar General, Dollar Store. So any type of dollar store, GameStop, Sprint, AT&T, and what's another one? Cricket, like just, where you get phones and stuff, like those type of stores. Battery Plus, and there's another one. It's like, I don't know what it's called. Battery and Bulbs, maybe? Battery Plus and Battery and Bulbs. I actually got this flashlight right here from, I think, Battery Plus. Goodwill, if they don't have a compactor, would be a good one to hit because they actually throw away the stuff they can't sell. And just because they can't sell it does not mean it's not worth something. And mine has a compactor, but y'all could still check y'all's if y'all are gonna go dumpster diving. Five Below, I've seen a lot of people on YouTube and other places get a lot of stuff from Five Below. I haven't gotten a lot of anything from Five Below. Party City, I've gotten stuff from Party City. Not a lot of stuff, just some of those like banners, like that car Forza Motor banner right there. I found that one in GameStop, but there's some of those that are like from Party City. And then Best Buy. And Best Buy, you just find stuff like this, just a bunch of different cords and stuff. So that's what you find in Best Buy dumpster. But my Best Buy only has a Geek Squad dumpster. They don't have a regular dumpster. They have a compactor for the store. So you're not going to find anything. I don't think you're going to find anything of too big a value. I did find some of those like cubicle things right there. They're like desk organizer. I found that in the Best Buy dumpster. But other than that, I don't think you're going to find anything of much value in there. So, those are the stores I hit. If you're going to try to go dumpster diving, that's what I would look for first, the stores that I'm going to hit. Once I figured out the stores that I was going to hit, obviously you need to look up and see the laws of dumpster diving in your area. Where I live, it's not illegal, and there is, from what I know, there's no ordinances against it. Now, it can be legal in some states or countries, and there can be ordinances against it in some states or countries or certain areas. So you have to look those laws up. Where I live, if it's locked, you can't go in it, which means you can't pop the top on a lock. If it's locked, you're not allowed to go in it. If the fence is locked where it's inside of, like, it has like a square little building around it, and then the dumpster's inside of it. If that's locked, you cannot go in there. That is illegal. And if it is less than 5 feet away from a building, you cannot go in it. Other than that, you are free to dumpster dive where I live. So, y'all just have to check y'all's laws and ordinances against it. Alright, next thing. So, you're going to go dumpster diving. You already checked your laws. You said, alright, I can dumpster dive. So, what am I going to use to dumpster dive? First things first. If you're dumpster diving at night, which I would recommend, at night or early morning or late at night, I would recommend that because not as many people are going to be watching you for one. That means that not as many people are going to know what you're pulling out of the dumpster and they're not going to know the value of it. So them themselves are not going to go and get it. If you don't care about that, that's fine. You can do that during the day. Two, if an employee catches you dumpster diving and asks you to leave, you still have to leave, even if it's not illegal. So therefore, if you're caught dumpster diving and you're finding something really cool and really awesome, and then an employee comes out and asks you to leave, you still have to leave, regardless of whether it's legal or illegal in your area. So it's easier to dumpster dive at night when there's no employees around to tell you you can't dumpster dive. Okay, so after you've decided when you're going to dumpster dive, that you're going to dumpster dive, and it's illegal, I mean, it's legal for you to dumpster dive, you need specific things to go dumpster diving. Obviously, first you need some gloves, because trash is trash. You don't want to touch it without gloves. So I've got some of these heavier duty gloves that have obviously been used, and then some lighter gloves that have obviously been used, and that's what I use. I only use these when it's something like really bad. I use these just generally, and then sometimes I don't use gloves at all. Like if it's just a generic GameStop dumpster, if there's nothing else that dumps in it, I'll just use my hands because I know there's not going to be anything that really nasty in a GameStop dumpster, or there shouldn't be at least. But the GameStop that shares a dumpster with like Little Caesars or other restaurants, other big restaurants or something like that, you're definitely going to use something like this or like this, because you don't want getting that crap on your hands. Next thing, if you dumpster dive at night, you need a flashlight. People who are going to dumpster dive during the day obviously wouldn't need a flashlight. They can still take one because you can't see that well in the dumpster, but I mean, you wouldn't need it that much. But if you're going to dumpster dive at night, you need a flashlight. I have this one, Stanley Fatmax light. It's an LED. It's pretty bright. It's got two different settings. I actually got this one, bought this one. That one's like $30 at Walmart, and it comes with a headlamp. A lot of people like to use headlamps, but I don't like headlamps, so I use that one. Then, like I said earlier in the video, I found this one at Batteries Plus or something like that, and it's got two different settings. It's got just a generic light on the front, and then it's got this one on the side. So that's more like if it's like you have to crawl in a dumpster and you just need light, just generally, you just sit that up beside you in the dumpster or something like that, and you can see inside the dumpster. Alright, so after you got the lights and you got your gloves, if you don't like jumping in the dumpster, or if you don't want to jump in the dumpster for every little thing you see, like if you only see one little thing in the dumpster and you don't feel like it's worth you jumping in for, then you're going to need some claws. And I got this one right here. I don't know who makes it. Looks like it says Unger. I don't know what that is, what brand this is. You can probably buy one of those at Home Depot, Lowe's, any hardware store probably sells those. The dumpster, I mean not the dumpster, the dollar store even sells a type of one. It's much cheaper than that. It's not made of metal. It's plastic, but I found two of those in the dumpster so far, and they still work pretty well. And I use them to dumpster dive too, when I just don't have that one or can't find it. And then I have this smaller claw, which is actually used to, like, I don't know, drains or something. I don't know what it's really used for. But on the end, see if I can see, you can see it. It opens up and you can grab something with it, and then it closes. So if I was going to grab this sheet, you just grab it like that on top of it and pull up. But I have those two, and there's different types, but those are the two I use. Like I said, you could get one from the dollar store. It'd be cheap, but it would just be a quick fix until you could get a better one like that one. Alright, so you got your claw, your light, your gloves. Next thing you need, if you're not going to use gloves, or even if you do use gloves, after you get done handling the stuff, or after you pull it out of the dumpster and you feel like you don't need gloves anymore and you touch the stuff, you obviously need to wash your hands, or you need some hand sanitizer. So definitely I recommend taking some hand sanitizer with you, or some like disinfectant wipes or something like that. After that, I recommend closed-toed shoes. Do not go dumpster diving without closed-toed shoes. And preferably boots if you have them, waterproof boots, because the bottom of dumpsters can contain water. Some of them do hold water, some of them don't have holes, drains in them, and some of them do hold water. So I wouldn't wear like flip flops or something like that into a dumpster or even around a dumpster because you don't know what you could step on, what you could step in, what could be by the dumpster, or anything like that. So I definitely recommend wearing shoes. I also recommend wearing pants. If you're gonna jump in the dumpster, it's better to have an extra layer of something between you and whatever's in the dumpster, whether it's glass, water, shampoo, doesn't matter what's in the dumpster. Just you want to have something between you and whatever's in the dumpster. So I would recommend wearing pants. Other than that, guys, it's pretty much up to you when and where you go dumpster diving. I mean, that's just my suggestions. That's just my suggested stuff. I mean, you could take whatever you wanted dumpster diving, honestly. You could take a small little bitty flashlight and yourself and a car and go dumpster diving if you wanted to. You don't have to take any of this other stuff, and you don't have to listen to any of my advice. But this is just what I would recommend. And basically, this was just for some people who ask a lot about what you need. Is it legal? Is it not legal? This and that and these and those. And most of those questions are you're just going to have to find out for yourself. I just had to go out one day and just start dumpster diving and seeing what was good for me and what was good for my area. Like, I used to try to hit big lots in my area, but I found out pretty quick that they don't really throw anything away. They throw most of that or send most of that stuff back to the manufacturer. So there's really no point in me dumpster diving there anymore if there's not ever going to be anything there for me to find. So that's what I recommend most is just go out and try it for yourself and just see what works and what doesn't work. Just experiment with different stores and different stuff. Like I still haven't even experimented with all the stores around my area yet. So I still have places that there could be treasure troves waiting and I've never dumpster dived there because I just hadn't thought about it. So just go where you think, and if you get lucky and find something, awesome. If you don't, there's nothing wrong with that because it was free anyways. You're not really missing out on something you didn't know was ever there. So that's pretty much all I had to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.